based on the life story of Adoniram Ann Judson. We dedicated this presentation to all those who graduated this year. Here we begin the story. Adoniram Ann Judson was born on 9 August 1788 in London, USA. At the age of 16, he started his home. During those days, he went away from Christ, but later some incidents of his life brought him back to the Lord. He surrendered his life for Christ's mission, and as a result, he joined in Adoniram Theological Seminary on 12 October 1808. During his seminary life, he was motivated by the works done by William Carey and David Brainerd. After reading a missionary message written by a British minister, he pledged to be the first American foreign missionary. He married Anne Helene, also called as Nancy, on 5th February 1812. He could hardly forget the day when he married her. Just after 30 days, instead of celebrating honeymoon, they started off to India as missionaries. They spent honeymoon days in the ship. They reached Calcutta on 17 June 1812 and met with William Carey. Both of them received water baptism under William Ward. But because of the indifferences shown by the East India Company, they went off to Rangoon, Burma on June 22, 1812.
During the voyage, Anne gave birth to a baby boy, who died at birth and was buried in the Bay of Bengal. And from there, they have reached Rangoon River shore on 13 July 1830.
Didn't really say for a child all these days. I have carried the baby for almost 9 months. And again, how we train for a child, and it all came to nothing.
When we set out for God, it is possible sometimes things like this happen. It is God who gave us. He himself not taken away. He has other plans.
They did not forget their calling. They put their hope in the Lord. They believed in God's promises and stood in His love. Adoniram had two goals in his life. One was to translate the whole Bible into Burmese language, and second was to baptize 100 people. Adoniram and Anne worked hard for accomplishing these goals. They spent about 2 hours a day to learn the Burmese language, and through her daily contact with Burmese women, learned to speak Burmese language quickly.
Kamanene vilagole, kinte. Ni komala, kenande.
But Adoniram struggled hard with written language. He could hardly pick up the Burmese language with all its continual sequence of letters with no punctuations or capitals, no divisions between words, sentences or paragraphs. This made his life difficult. Language was not only the barrier standing between Judson and Burmese people. They found it difficult to adjust to the prevalent religious beliefs. Their first attempts to share the gospel were discouraging. After this, a baby was born to Adoniram, and they named him Raju.
Our baby is very sick, suffering from fever.
Then come, let us go and see the doctor. Doctor, doctor! Doctor, doctor! Help us.
Yes, how can I help you?
Our child is dying.
Mr. Adoniram, sorry, we are unable to save your child. Your child is no more.
Upon the death of their child, both Adoniram and Ann suffered frequently from various diseases. They went to India for medical care for Ann, and 2 years later, she took an extended sick leave and went back to the United States. While Ann was away, Adoniram buried himself in his translation works, completing New Testament in less than a year, and returned from United States, but the reunion was brief. In the meantime, the situation in Burma had drastically changed. War broke out between Burma and England. As a result, all 4 men were suspected of being spies. Adoniram was arrested and confined in prison.
I did not do anything. I'm innocent. Going back.
Adoniram's suffering was difficult for her. Daily she sought out officials for the release of Adoniram.
My husband is an American citizen. He has no connection with the British government. He is innocent. Please allow me to see him. Just once, only once. Don't worry. I'm doing all I can to bring you out.
Don't run within this issue. Leave to God. You take care of your health. I believe it's God who has allowed this in our life.
The visit stopped for a time. After 8 months of Adoniram's arrest, a baby was born to them. She was named Maria. Adoniram was shifted from the prison that he had been to another one.
precious manuscripts of Adoniram translation work.
Those manuscripts with their words and buried were preserved until Adoniram was finally released from the prison. Thus, in a very miraculous way, the manuscripts of the New Testament translation were preserved. Finally, nearing a year and a half of the prison confinement, Adoniram was released with the stipulations that he would help to interpret peace negotiations with British. He was also allowed a reunion with Anne and the baby Maria. Adoniram stayed with his family only for a short while, after which he had to go for finalizing the negotiations that took him some time, more than expected.
Sir Adoniram, I have 2 letters. These are dated 2 months before.
To my loving husband, I hope this letter finds you in the best of spirit and body. This is to inform you that my health is going down day by day. Even our child is not very well. Continuously pray that God will unite us soon. I write this in order to encourage you to stay focused. Don't get frustrated even if something worse happens to us. Remember, our goal is to translate the Bible and baptize 100 believers. As God's sovereign will provide in our family with lots of love and
Dear Adoniram, it is with great sorrow that I inform you this news. I do not know how to console you in this matter. Your beloved wife, the one who was with you all through your life situations, have passed away due to the illness she had in her body. Just after 2 days, even your daughter Maria left this world.
He attempted to suppress his guilt and grief, but he could not forgive himself for not being with Anne and Mary when he was needed the most. As the depression increased, his output decreased and he avoided contacts with others. Finally, he went into the jungle, built a hut, and lived as an ascetic. He dug a grave. There he kept watch for the day of his end. His mind was filled with the thoughts of death. Spiritual isolation engulfed him. Adoniram's mental depressions raised.
I believe you, but I don't see you anywhere. I do not see any of this.
Adoniram's mental depressions raised great concern among both missionaries and native converts.
Sir, this is for you.
See Adoniram. Look at yourself. You are a great man. You have done a lot of mission work here. But in the midst of these troubles, you don't be discouraged. You have got miles to go ahead in God's mission.
I must not forget my goal. I came here with a purpose. It's God who brought me here. I must not stand it. I have to work the very best to achieve it. Fulfill God's purpose is now my target.
Daily Adoniram translated more than 25 words of Old Testament Bible into the Burmese language.
Sir, your print is ready.
Come! See! This is the Burmese Bible. I have completed it finally. No, God has completed His translation through me. Then, read. No more.
Adoniram was reached his first goal of translating the Bible into Burmese without much delay. He also rose to his second goal, baptizing 100 believers.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I baptize you in this water. Remain faithful to the point of death, and the Lord will reward you. God called me to this land for His work. I came to this place with the two goals, and I started working hard for His fulfillment. Lot of problems came in my life. I lost my children, also my wife, whom I loved much. I wandered around like a madman, went through many struggles, spent many days awaiting my own death. But God strengthened me in the midst of all this. He came close to me when I started to focus on my job. God was with me. He helped me to complete the translation of Bible into Burmese language. He also strengthened my hands to baptize 100 people. It's not my skill or talent. Instead, when I stood for God, He used me. Let all the glory and honor to be God Almighty. If you surrender your life completely for God's work, He will use you as mighty weapons in His hands. Today, let us take up this challenge. Stand for God amidst any troubles. Allow God to use us for the blessing of many. God bless you.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We are seeing a short description of a great man by the name called Adoniram Ann Judson. I hope everybody has understood